Hey guys, I'm back with another impromptu video of me ranting my ass off about, like, you guessed it, Hendrick Motorsports, Chase, and just the whole organization in general. Um, I know that everyone knows that Hendrick has not been performing the way people expect them to. People are like, they're not how they used to be. They're la-di-da, and they suck now. They're garbage. Um, Chase doesn't know how to win a race and this and that. Like, first off, he's in his third season, so chill pill. He's 22, not 35. Um, Another thing I've read, someone was trying to compare Hendrick to Roush. How do you compare Roush to Hendrick? Like, Roush was good, not great. Yes, they've won races. They had Matt Kenseth as a driver, and they have him back again. But that team is just so far gone that I just don't see them winning any more races anytime soon. So um, they just don't have the resources or the financial resources. I mean financial resources to build better cars and engines and all that. Hendrick, what on the other hand, has been dominant. Had been dominant for a very, very long time. They had several drivers go through that organization, with Jeff being like one of the most successful ones in like the 90s, early 2000s, up to when he retired. And you have Jimmy, who has been dominant since basically the start of his career. He won 7 championships, 83 races. He's not done yet. People are just saying, oh, he's done. He's past his prime and this and that. He's not past his prime. Well, he's like 41 years old and still competing. This guy doesn't give up. Him and Chad don't give up. They don't ever feel like they get frantic when things go awry. Yes, their season, they haven't won since last, like, in what, Dover? Like, the last Hendrick win was from a guy who is no longer with Hendrick Motorsports at Indianapolis. So they're not just sitting on their asses, like with the hands on their ass, like, right, you get what I'm saying. They're not just sitting on their hands being like twiddling their thumbs, going to the track with these cars. They're busting their ass, getting these cars back to where they're supposed to be, like competing up front every week. Right now, that's just not happening because with the whole transition of Jeff retiring, Chase coming in, and then Casey leaving for another team, for a low budget team, and Dale retiring and bringing in 2 younger drivers and having a brand new car body is a lot of transition for that team. And I kept saying, no top team is going to stay dominant all the time. Every top team goes through slumps. It goes through every single sport, with like golf and baseball and this pretty much the NFL. Like, Cowboys used to be super good and now they're not. They're okay. So you can't say that they have to be like like on it all the time. And I saw like a meme or something on Instagram that Chase commented on. It was just an emoji, but it was an obvious like hater. And it was like, Chase, like it was in like reference to his sponsor Napa, how it goes like Napa Know How. They made a meme says Chase doesn't know how to win. Like if he doesn't know how to win, how did he get an Xfinity championship and all that? So he knows how to win, just he hasn't won in the Cup side yet. People don't realize how hard that is. It's super hard to compete against guys like Harvick and both the Busch brothers, Truex now, all the Stewart Haas cars basically are now at the top of their game. JTR is so right now. But other than that, you can't pinpoint just Hendrick as the only team struggling. Every team has their struggles. JGR is kind of on the fence with their performance. With Hamlin hasn't never really been the dominant car, like ever. He'll win like races here and there, but never be like lead an entire race and be the talk of the town. Suarez, he's not gonna do jack shit. I just know that for a fact. And they said during practice, like, he's in his sophomore season and he's not running like he's supposed to. And last year, like his rookie season, he ran in the top 10 twice. I'm like, that's not something to be proud of. That rookie season is laughable. It's just dismal. The last rookie, and I know I'm being biased, but stats wise, Chase had the best rookie season since Denny Hamlin 10 years prior to that. Just because he didn't win that year, it doesn't mean he wasn't successful with the stats and this and that. He finished 10th overall his rookie season. That's good. When has a rookie finished in the 10th spot since then? No one. So no rookie is gonna be in the top 10 at the end of this season. So anyway, back to what I was saying. They're like saying Suarez is like, give him time. They kept they always pamper these JGR drivers like, oh, just give them time. They give them time. They're in their sophomore year and this and that. Like, people kept saying that about Chase, and then people started talking down on him when it came to the last half of the second season, his second season in Cup Series, where they kept saying he's a choke. People don't realize he's not the only driver to lose races on restart with mechanical issues, being wrecked out, this and that. He's not the only driver to do that. He's not a choke just because he lost races a certain way. Every driver has lost races those ways. Don't ask any driver, they have lost races that way. Ask Jimmy, he's lost races that way. Ask Kyle, he's lost races that way. Any championship or top competitive driver can tell you that has happened to them. So, yes, he's in his third season and coming up on like 100 starts. But so what? So what? People expect too much out of these young drivers to like just fire right off the bat and win races, and it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. So, and who gives a crap if Jones won before Chase? That was just circumstantial. If Ricky, the dumbass, didn't wreck half the field, Jones wouldn't have won that race. I guarantee you that right now. If Chase was still in that race, he would probably been the one who would have won that race, because he had another fast car taken out by an idiot. So, but back to what I was saying about Hendrick, people can't always believe that Hendrick is always going to be like the most dominant team there is. Their stats speak volumes to the work they put in. They have 249 wins, and looking for that 250th win. Hopefully that comes this season. Fingers crossed. And they're not just sitting on their asses and being like, well, let's just suck this year. They're like, Hendrick sucks. I'm like, no, they don't. They're just in that transitional part of that company. It's like new car, new drivers, and just how it is. You can't say they suck and then compare them to a low budget team like Roush. I call them low budget because they're not very good. They haven't been good in years. So now they can be called trash because they've only like a few years, like the last 10 years. How many races have they won? Not much. So to me, people need to lay off and don't realize how hard, one, it is to win these races, two, put a whole race together, and three, realize that a top team can't always be on top 24/7. That's so a lot of pressure. Hendrick will be back to their winning ways, believe me. Probably by near the end of the season or next season, they will be back to like winning races, contending for wins, and hopefully having all 4 cars in the playoffs again. Because man, those were the times people were like, they were how they once were, and will never be the same. I'm like, you people drive me nuts. NASCAR fans in general drive me nuts. People call Chase a choke, and he can't win races, and this and that. I'm like, well, first off, he's in the Cup car. You're not. He's won Xfinity Championship. You haven't. He's won Xfinity races, and you haven't. So, Rookie of the Year in both series, most popular driver 2 years in a row. He was finished 5th overall last season, coming this close to being in the Final 4. Almost won Phoenix. He almost won Dover. Almost won Martinsville, and Denny Hamlin screwed that up. So you can't say that he's wanting to lose these races. That kid is determined. He is determined to win races. It just hasn't fallen his way yet. So it's not his fault that Chris Buescher got a win before him. Jones got a win before him. Blaney got a win before him. It's like it just all happens like circumstances fall into play. So the win will come and it will be amazing. It's just when that will happen. It will come at any track at any track, because any track or any race, anyone can win. If circumstances fall his way, then perfect. That's great. Like Indy last year, no one thought Casey Kane was gonna win that race. If it wasn't for Truex and Busch wrecking each other, he probably wouldn't have won that race, and he would have still been winless like that season. So anything can happen these races. Even at the tracks hasn't been very strong at in the Cup Series, he'll get better. So, but right now I'm looking forward to Phoenix, because he runs very well at Phoenix all the time. He's had 2 or 3 straight top 5 finishes. No, it was just 2 straight top 5 finishes. I finished 2nd in November and 3rd and back in March. So I'm excited for that. But right now, let's get through the last 7 races of the regular season and see if we can get something going, because the last few weeks have been kind of yikes, dismal. But they're working their butts off. So let's just see how New Hampshire goes.